hole 113. Today's 15th of May. I was going to be in Ontario helping Dan, hole number 20, put his new mast on and rig his boat and put it in the water, but I got sick with the common cold, and then the wife got sick with the common cold, so we had to cancel that, which is pretty unfortunate. Really wanted to meet Dan and have a look at his build and just spend 3 days talking about all things 580. But anyway, so I'm working on my boat here this afternoon, and at the moment I'm working on the Transom. So one reason I wanted to go and see Dan's boat is because the holes I'm putting in now are, whilst possibly on the plan or drawn on Don's sketches, are not defined. So for me, that's a bit scary because I have to figure things out for myself. I can't just use the drawing. So what I'm doing is these holes here, I'm basically making them big enough to put my foot in, which Pitor kind of said to do, so you could use it as another step. We did have to enlarge the holes from these little guys that the kit came with. So I'm making these 100 by 70, and there's 2 of those. And then the plan kind of calls for one 100 millimeter hole here, but some boats have 2 holes, and I prefer 2 square holes that kind of have the same look as this one. So I'm going 100 millimeters by 50 millimeters, 100 mils by 50 millimeters off of center. Then I'm putting in a hole on each of the cockpit seats. The boat spends a lot of time on its ear, so I figure there'll be water back in here. And also I find that when I'm cleaning the current boat, this is one of the worst places to try and get clean, as everything tends to end up in this corner, and because of the slope on here, it's hard to get it out, especially things like chips and then seeds from trees and that kind of stuff. I'm putting in the holes for the bilge pump exits, so I'm putting one either side. There's a few different ways people have done that. I'm going with a 50 millimeter hole, which is oversized by 10 millimeters. The fitting is actually 40 millimeter body, but I'll make it bigger and then fill it with epoxy and then over drill it. This blocking in here, which is an offcut from my Transom laminated piece, is to support the ladder. So the ladder will be supported around here sometime. The ladder itself is this is my mock-up of it. The ladder itself is quite long. It's 800 millimeters long, so it kind of sits there, and then when it's folded up, it's just like that. So it actually comes up above the back of the transom. It's kind of designed that you can get 2 feet on it when you're in the water to hold yourself up. The other one that I put in is this. This is a support for the outboard motor bracket. I wanted to put the outboard motor bracket a bit further inboard, but some of the other builders who've actually built and raced their boats said that you don't want your outboard close to your rudder and your self-steering gear. So they said you're really only using it to get in and out of port, so have it more outboard. So I've done that. I did get an outboard bracket, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use that bracket or I'm going to do something else. See what people come up with. I put blocking in for the running backstays, and it's possible that if I put a series drogue on, then maybe the drogue would attach there somewhere too. I added this piece of wood just to fill up this hole here, just because there's a bit of dead space. Doesn't really do anything, so put that in there. What else? I put the little blocking in on the corners like I've done on the other ones. I'm not going to put something there because by the time I'm all done, it'll never see daylight, and you won't be able to get to it to clean it anyway. To make my holes, I'm just going through with a small pilot drill and then going through with the 20 millimeter hole saw to get a nice round corner, which is kind of what this is, and I'll do that on all those. On these ones, it'll just be the hole saw, and then join them together. The reason why I'm doing it now and putting these holes in is I'm going to sheath the inside of the transom with fiberglass, just one layer, and then with that fiberglass I'm going to round round it over so it comes back to the outside and seal all these openings, all these holes. And then once I've done that, then I'm going to attach all of this support structure and pieces. So in the end, I'll have the fiberglass on the outside of the hull, the plywood, another piece of fiberglass, the wood infrastructure, and then another piece of fiberglass. So it'll be kind of like a triple laminated transom, which will hopefully be strong enough to put up with whatever I send it through. That's it.